Hello and welcome. This is the Cedar Grove High School interview. I'm joined by my two hosts, Eric Ring and Zachary Reitler, and our lovely guest, Mr. Coster. So, just to kind of warm up, what do you teach here, Mr. Coster?
I teach the engineering courses, the STEM-related courses. Those include robotics, drones, 3D printing, STEM design, engineering, circuitry, all the fun stuff.
That's perfect. That's great. Yeah, I take a few of those classes. It's really fun. It's great.
And what got you into teaching? Like, what got you into those classes and stuff?
It's a great question. Thank you for asking. When I was in college, I didn't know what I wanted to do for a career. Very late into college, so I was a math major. I liked math. Math came easy to me. That's really why I chose a math major, because it came easy to me. And it was my sophomore year, and I was a security guard at my college at Rowan. As you can see, I'm very intimidating, so obviously a perfect fit for security. And I would sit at the welcome tables to the different dorms. And sometimes the students would come in and say, "Hey, aren't you that math guy? You know math, right? I'm having trouble in my math class." So they would come down with their books, and I would help them out. And then, they would order pizza sometimes, and that little barter system, I would get a free dinner when I was helping them. And I really enjoyed teaching other people something that came easy to me and trying to kind of decode it, and then trying to tell them it's not a big mystery, anybody can do this with enough practice. And I really enjoyed that. And it was the next semester that I start my teaching classes. So I had a lot of makeup to do, a lot of summer classes, because I chose so late what I want to do.
That's cool. That's really cool.
With all the new technology that's been introduced, since you started teaching, like Chromebooks and 3D printing and stuff like that, how has it changed for you, or have you seen it change?
Yes, I've definitely seen a change. And it's not just about the technology changing. The way I teach changes. And I think the three of you can attest to this. I don't teach. You don't hear my voice very often in class. Yeah. I purposely don't do that, because I'm not going to teach you a program that in 2 or 3 years is not going to exist or is going to look different. Yeah. So what I try to do, and I hope I'm successful at it, is I try to create an atmosphere where I give you the opportunities to learn this stuff. I show you where the answers are. I kind of encourage you to find your own answers, because really what I'm teaching you is I'm teaching you where the sources of information are. And the source of information should not be your teacher, because I will not be with you next year. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to teach people how to learn, not what. So I try to take the emphasis away from the technology, because it's ever changing, and more about how we learn these days.
That's great. Thank you.
I've definitely seen that in your class. You don't really teach like the drone stuff. Just
no.
Let us have fun with doing the virtual and actual flights.
100%. They're going to change. And anything I show you right now with drones, even the laws, that's why you do weekly summaries of news stories, because the laws will change in 1 year to the next. Yes.
Some of those stories are pretty interesting, like finding people. It's nice.
Mm-hmm,
but you already explained like what got you into teaching. What made you become like an engineer?
That's a great question. So I taught for 17 years of mathematics, and then I became a supervisor. I was actually the supervisor of math and science here at Cedar Grove. And then I got a call from a district I used to work in that they were looking for a vice principal. And I thought that's what I wanted to do. So I became a vice principal, and I did not enjoy that. And then in 2 years, my principal left, and I said, well, maybe being a principal would be more fun. And it was not. It was worse. So I really did not enjoy being in administration at all. The thing that brought me into teaching, the enjoyment of working with people, decoding this, and especially working with kids. I was only working with adults as a principal and teachers. I did not enjoy that. So I left the principal job, and there was an opening here in Cedar Grove again, where I was the supervisor. So I met with the principal and the superintendent, and they hired me as a teacher, and I absolutely loved it. A few years into that, about 2.5 years into that first teaching job here at Cedar Grove, the principal pulled me aside and said, the board members are interested in bringing more technology classes. Some of their children want to become engineers, but there's no engineering classes. He goes, what do you know about robotics and engineering? And it just so happens that I was only a couple credits shy of a physics minor in college. I loved my physics classes. I loved this stuff. And I was a hobby electronic, enthusiast. So I said, absolutely. This was in May, by the way. They wanted me to come up with classes. And from May and June, I really had a lot of help. Mr. Lugameno was also a huge influence in which courses we brought. And the teacher, when I was a principal, my technology teacher, I met with him and got all of his ideas and formulated one class. It was just one class. I taught 4 classes of math and 1 engineering class, 1 robotics class that first year. And then the second year is a couple more. And about 3 years ago, the classes have been so popular that I haven't taught math now for about 3 years. Not one math class in 3 years. It's just these classes have been filling up because of kids like you interested in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they are extremely interesting classes. I 3D printing, I'm taking now. I took circuitry, I took engineering, I think freshman year, sophomore year. They were great. I loved, all your classes.
Oh, thank you.
Just a question away from kind of like the school stuff. I was curious to know, what do you like to do in your free time? What are your hobbies?
Well, during COVID, we were stuck in our houses, and I had 3 children taking virtual school upstairs in my house, so I was relegated to the basement. So I spent most of the pandemic in my basement trying to teach my classes. It was miserable, and I said, I need to get a hobby quick. I need to do something else. So I bought a guitar. And I just learned guitar, and I just started during the pandemic, and that's one of my favorite things. I practice it every single day. Every single day I practice the guitar. I love reading and I love watching movies. It's hard to get quiet time in my house, but I also one of my I guess, I don't know, favorite things to do, and maybe I don't share it with everyone, is retro video gaming.
Oh, wow.
I love retro video gaming. During the pandemic, I went into my basement and found my Nintendo from 1986. I still had it, hooked it up, and it still worked.
Wow.
Took a little tinkering, and it still worked. And I go out, I still buy games that are 35 years old, and I love retro video games.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
I know it's so off-brand for the technology guy to like retro video games. I know, it's crazy.
That's really cool. I'm really jealous about the guitar thing. God, if I could learn one instrument, it would be guitar.
You just had to buy one. And have a lot of time at home.
Is it an actual guitar, electric?
The electric guitar,
Electric guitar.
I just bought an electric guitar, and there's some really great apps out there. And just like I show you guys where to find the answers, I found the answers online through YouTube and free guitar learning programs, and I love it.
So they were talking about 3D printing. I took 3D printing. What was maybe your favorite thing that you've 3D printed?
Ooh, I like that. Not so much the favorite thing that I 3D printed. One of my favorite projects that was ever done was my first year. That first group of students that when we had the 3D printer, they printed a guitar. And it's before I even knew how to play guitar. And it's hanging up in my room, and it's 3D printed. It was outstanding. It has lights in it. And then we had some students in the circuitry class actually solder it and make a Faraday cage, and it really works. You can plug it into an amp, and it really works. That's one of my favorite projects. For me, I'm a robotics advisor also. Every year I print little things for the trophies. So those are some of the things that I like printing. But I've been so impressed by some of the 3D projects that have been coming out of the classes, and the 3D printing club too.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you made the little plaque outside the podcasting room right here. I saw in class.
Yes, that one, the esports one. I think Mr. Goodman's, I 3D printed. There's a whole bunch of them around that I 3D printed. If you come to the school and it says ring the bell, that was us.
You've also got that good engineering one in your classroom above the cutter, I guess it is, or whatever, next to the door, hanging up on the wall.
Oh yeah. We have some pretty cool ones. We have some pretty cool ones. Cool. Thank you.
All right, this has to do kind of with school, but what do you think of the advancement of AI?
Well, I'm trying to be very, very open-minded with it. I'm trying to not be stuck in the past where as a teacher, we don't want, we want students to, when I was in college, I was still going to the library and taking out books, Did I learn more that way than you guys are learning when you can go on the internet? Not necessarily, right? I love AI. I just used it just now. So I'm trying to make some t-shirts for the robotics team, and I need some logos of our sponsors. And I just went right onto Gemini and I said, get me the logo for Biga Pizza, who's a nice sponsor for us. And it gave me the logo, and I was able to, make a design from it. I think that you have to be careful when you're using it. Obviously, you can use it non-ethically, but you can use the internet non-ethically. You can write notes in class, which are not and pass notes to each other. So, I think it's incumbent on your teachers to teach you how to use AI, not that you cannot use AI. Those of you in my classes, when we have projects, if it doesn't say don't use AI, I'm expecting that most of you might be using AI on it, and that's absolutely acceptable. It saves time. I think that eventually AI is going to come up with cures for diseases, that it's able to take massive amounts of data and see patterns that maybe humans have missed. So that kind of stuff I think is going to be fantastic. As far as machines taking over us, machines have always been taking over jobs, manufacturing jobs. Machines have always been taking that over. Do I think AI is going to take over screenwriting jobs and things? No, I think there's a human element that always has to be there. But I can understand the fear that AI could be replacing a lot of the jobs that we're preparing you to take. So maybe we need to prepare you to work with AI.
That's interesting what you said about how even AI won't really be utilized in screenwriting and stuff like that, because on a lot of my college visits, it's kind of what I want to do. I want to write and direct. They were also mentioning about how AI isn't in any way in threatening the screenwriting or writing industry. There has to be that human element of like creativity in it, which is interesting. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I think you would definitely recognize it in a finished product. Even when you guys try to hide the AI as your own writing, when you read it, it's just a little clunky. I always say that AI should never be your final draft. Make it your first draft. Great. Start with AI. Start asking it questions and getting some suggestions, but never make it your final draft.
All right, and this is the last question we got right here. What is your favorite memory as a teacher?
I don't know if I've had my favorite memory yet, because and I'm not just saying it because I'm sitting in front of a couple of kids. I have enjoyed every single day here at Cedar Grove High School. I've taught in many different situations. I've been in many different schools, and nothing compares to this building and you guys. And it really comes down to the students. It's not the facilities. It's not the classes I'm teaching. It's really about who I get to work with. My favorite thing that I do currently is with the robotics team. That's the thing that I think I spend the most time on, the most energy. I'm here really late sometimes, but I get more out of it than I think I'm putting into it. I just really, really enjoy that, and getting to see the teams get better and better and better and better. But I don't think I've had my favorite, my most lasting memory yet.
I'm flattered that the students are able to make up such a big part of your day. And
no, it's the truth. And it's well deserved. Well deserved.
I appreciate everything you do here at Cedar Grove High School. I'm sure you guys do too. I appreciate all the classes you teach and everything. It's great. I love them so much. Thank you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate kids like you guys taking it and making the classes are what you make it. The more that you put into the classes, the more you've been getting out of it. And you see some of your peers not doing that, but I can say that present company, I would work with you guys forever. I mean, really, you're all top notch.
Thank you.
Yeah, your classes are always fun. Being able to do stuff like you want to do, kind of like your own ideas and creativities when it comes to the projects.
100%.
So,
100%.
I just really like your enthusiasm in your class. You just bring like a whole energy to the class. It's just really fun. I don't know. It's just
I appreciate you saying that. No, I thank you. I appreciate that. I get a little flattered. I get a little like, embarrassed because as a teacher, it's really about you kids. It's really about you. I did my time in school. I had my accolades. I had my awards, my things like that. And I really like to see you guys succeeding and getting stuff out of the classes. So thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us down here, and thank you so much for your time. I know you have a busy schedule.
Always.
But that was all the questions that we had for Mr. Coster. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that is all the time we have. Thank you.
All right, thank you.